Hello and welcome to the special broadcast Cricket Carnival on DD India, where the spotlight shines brightly on the T20 World Cup showdown between India and Pakistan. This isn't just any match, it is the mother of all battles, the El Clasico of cricket, and an epic showdown between the arch rivals. Over the next half hour, we will dive deep into the strength, weakness, opportunities for both the teams as they prepare for this marquee clash in New York. We bring you the expert analysis, thrilling insights into the match and the contest. So let's get started. Week 2 of the 2024 T20 World Cup brings us a showdown like no other. Arch rivals India and Pakistan will face off at the Nassau County International Cricket Stadium in New York on Sunday. These two form one of the most intense rivalries in all sports, and the temporary 34,000-seater stadium in East Meadow is expected to be packed to the capacity for what has been dubbed as the Super Bowl on steroids. DD India's Prasar Bharati brings this report from New York.
When India and Pakistan take to the field, it transcends sport and becomes pure emotion. India came into the T20 World Cup looking to end their pattern of near misses in international competitions, having come painfully close to glory in recent tournaments, but ultimately falling short at crucial moments. The men in blue mean business this year and made a positive start to the campaign by defeating Ireland. India has won 6 and lost only one T20 World Cup match against Pakistan, which included a famous final victory in the first ever tournament held in South Africa in 2007. The sole defeat came in the pandemic-delayed 2021 edition, marking Pakistan's first ever World Cup win in any format against India. Rohit Sharma's injury in the final match has raised questions about the state of the pitch in Nassau County.
जब हम क्यूरेटर से बात कर रहे थे यहाँ पे, वो भी काफ़ी कंफ्यूज थे कि पिच कैसा खेलेगा, कितना घास निकालना चाहिए, कितना नहीं निकालना चाहिए. तो अगर उन्हें इतना कंफ्यूजन है तो इमेजिन हमें कितना कंफ्यूजन रह सकता है. तो आई थिंक बेसिकली जब आप ऐसे ग्राउंड पे खेलते हो तो आपका फोकस होना चाहिए कि एक एक बॉल पर कि ये बॉल आ रहा है, इसको मुझे कैसे खेलना है, कैसे रन बनाना है.
At first glance, it's an uneven track that looks ideal for pace bowling, something Pakistan will need to capitalize on after their shocking loss to World Cup debutants United States. Following a dismal ODI World Cup, Babar Azam's side faces a similar fate in T20 World Cup.
Yeah, I don't like to harp on history too much. We need to make sure we play the best cricket we can now. We're going to go out there and make sure we do the best that we can with our skill sets and how we can put pressure on the opposition. I mean, that's what we would want to do.
Sunday's match marks the first time these neighbouring nations will play against each other in the US, which is co-hosting the T20 tournament for the first time.
It's India versus Pakistan in the ICC T20 Cricket World Cup, and it doesn't get bigger than this. Under the leadership of Rohit Sharma, India will like to keep their winning juggernaut continue. While for Pakistan, it's a make or break time. For both teams, they will keep one eye on the 22-yard strip in the middle. With camp person S. Jayashankar, this is Tapush Bhattacharya for DD India from New York.
So a high voltage match today between India and Pakistan in New York, and joining us to provide the perspective on this high voltage clash are former cricketer Ajay Mehra and our correspondent Tapas Bhattacharya reporting from New York. Very warm welcome to both of you. Ajay, first coming to you. It's a big match, and if you talk about the pitch is one of the biggest talking point of this, we can say, the match in New York. So what are the problems? You are also a batsman. The batsmen are facing with the drop in pitches in New York, and how might these conditions affect this India-Pakistan marquee game?
Yeah, Narayana, I think that's a very valid question because, as Rohit Sharma pointed out in the press conference as well, when there is variable bounce and the curators are confused, it's very difficult for any batter because, you got to understand the conditions aren't easy. It's, a variable bounce surface. And once there is variable bounce, to play those shots is going to be difficult because At times, the ball is keeping a shade low. Suddenly, we saw in the earlier game as well, against Ireland as well, the ball just got up. It rose to, difficult heights for the batsman. So, you as a batsman are always tentative. So, it's not going to be easy. And with pace, if paces are bowling on 140, 150 Narayan, it's going to be a tough call for the batters. So, once you're bowling in the stump line, I feel that's the line that the pacers will be targeting on this surface. It's going to be tough for the batsmen. But, creators have worked. ICC has said that they'll provide a better surface as we had earlier. But overall, I just feel that, as far as cricket is concerned, for T20 games, you need a surface that plays similar throughout the 40 overs. And it's a drop-in surface. It's been brought in from Adelaide. But the problem is, this ground here in New York, about 100 days back, there was nothing at all. Stadium was built. Taposh is there. He'll tell you more about it. Because it was just, a piece of land. And then they built those stadiums. So the base isn't there. And along with the base, when it's a sand-based surface underneath, also they haven't played too many matches at all. Hardly any matches played. So once it is a drop-in surface, you need to play at least 10 or 15 matches before, a big game like India and Pakistan or any other World Cup game. So I think that's a big problem as far as this World Cup is concerned. I think they should have played many matches here before, having this T20 World Cup. So, but, you can't do much. India, Pakistan, it's a big game. It's a big clash. You have to put your best foot forward as far as both sides are concerned.
So true. It's very, very true. You said, Ajay. Tapas, coming to you, and yesterday you gave a wonderful report about the pitch also, and you are also sending some wonderful reports. But Tapas, do you think the Pakistani batsmen have the technique to perform well on these uneven pitches, or we know that how unpredictable the Pakistan team is, but India has an upper hand considering the fact that we have a better batting lineup?
Well, we always talk about the fact that, Pakistan's bowlers versus India's batsmen. But, we have to understand the fact that it's a new game. And it's a 20-over format. 20-over format, you don't need a huge skill set. You need, skill set. You need power. You need, the luck going your way. And that's something that we have seen in this particular tournament. We've seen how Afghanistan defeated New Zealand. We've seen how USA defeated Pakistan. So for that matter, you realize that fact that any team can beat anybody, and that's something that both the captains have spoken. In fact, Indian captain Rohit Sharma has spoken in the press conference that it's anyone's game in T20. So the tempo has to be maintained. Gary Kirsten, also the coach of the Pakistan team, also emphasized the fact that one has to be absolutely ready for whatever the situation is. The problem with Pakistan is that their captain is right now struggling. Babar Azam hasn't done really well. In fact, in the match against Pakistan, he scored 44 of 43 balls, and the way he was scratchy to be best. In fact, he scored in 4 of 14 balls in the power play. For a player of his caliber, that doesn't gel well. So for Pakistan, if they really want to make a mark in this particular fixture, in this particular tie, and remember, this is a make or break tie for Pakistan. Babar Azam, the captain, has to lead from the front and has to show the teammate that if he can lead, that other people can. The pitch will play its part. We have always probably this is the first time in many years that the pitch is a concern for long. But you talk to the Indian former Indian players who are bowlers. For instance, Harbhajan Singh. You speak to Lakshmipati Balaji. We had the chance to speak to them, and they said that for once the bowlers are enjoying an upper hand. So why not have that? So the pitch will remain the same for both teams. We saw 2 matches at least which had an under 100 score, but then again the last match we had a over 100 score. So in that sense, it will be interesting to see which pitch on which particular pitch Indian team and the Pakistan team will play. But again, one has to understand that India's bowlers, India's batsmen look in comfort overall. If you take a close look on the Indian team, you realize that on paper they look a more balanced side. For Pakistan, as I mentioned earlier, it's a mercurial side. You never know what kind of team will come up and play you on a given day. But you see Indian team, you have Arshdeep and to start, you have Bumrah to start the proceedings with Hardik Pandya. So you have three players who can take wickets on any given condition. So that's something that the Pakistani side should be wary of. And also you have world-class spinners. We believe Imad for Pakistan will be making his comeback. So that's it's a good news for Pakistan. He was out from the USA team because of injury concern, but he will be playing in this match. Gary Kirsten confirmed yesterday. Shivam Dube is a big name. I'm just putting it across because yesterday we saw Shivam Dube having extended session. In fact, day before yesterday also he had he had extended session in the nets, and batting coach Vikram Rathore was there with him. He was saying a few words to him to probably make him understand the fact that in these seeming condition you might have to adjust a bit. Shivam Dube, remember, doesn't have a greatest of technique when it comes to playing fast bowler. He struggled earlier, but in the last IPL we saw for Chennai Super Kings, he has ironed out his differences and has made himself a potent force with both bat and ball.
True, but today it remains to be seen he will be there in the playing 11 or not. Ajay, coming to you, talking about the nature of the pitches in the US, the pitches are very slow and we have regularly seen very low scores in the New York pitches. So do you think here, rather than going for the big shot, the strategy should be go for the 1-2 runs, rotate the strikes? That will be the key for any team here?
Narayan, I just feel that, the first 6 overs, if India is batting or if you are bowling, I think first 6 overs are critical. And a side that is batting shouldn't lose too many wickets up front. Because, once you lose 2 or 3 wickets up front, you're always on the back foot. You're right, you have to rotate the strike, you have to look for singles. And also the fact it's not a very big ground. And also the ball doesn't travel much because of the sand base, because the grass is well out there. So, run scoring is not going to be easy. But because it's not a big ground, you can, once there is a loose delivery, you can really dispatch it for a 6, so that's what the batters would be looking for. But, the shot selection has to be important here. You got to be precise. You got to really play on merit. You can't take too many chances. And the biggest factor, Narayan, is once there is a variable bounce, you shouldn't be playing across the line too much. Normally it's a T20 game and you say you have to improvise. Yes, you got to improvise, but you got to understand these conditions are different. Even once you close to score around 150, 160, that could be a winning score on this surface. So I think it's going to be a challenge more for the batters. The bowlers, as Tapu said, they might enjoy it, they might relish, but again, you have to bowl those back-of-the deliveries for a seam ball on this surface.
True, as you said, that first you have to rotate the strike, and that's the first 6 overs will be crucial, as you mentioned. Tapas, in the first 4 T20 World Cup matches played in New York, fast bowlers have been taken 45 wickets and the spinners has only around 10. So teams have bowled 15 overs for pace and only around 27 overs for the spin at this venue. Given the dominant performance of the fast bowlers on these pitches, which bowlers from India and Pakistan you were expecting to make the most?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. In fact, you see the first match with India and Ireland, you see how Arshdeep was getting a prodigious swing movement and seam movement of the track. One of the reasons why he actually had to bowl cross seam to negate that. And after a while, when he was spraying the ball all over the park, the captain changed his end to make it better. So you have to see that there is that undue favor for fast bowlers, especially in the first half. Cup, and it's an overcast condition. It's still an overcast condition. We believe that there might be some sort of a rainfall activity that might happen in the first half an hour. There are chances of rainfall in that, but as I said, it's an overcast condition. Pitches, as I mentioned, it's a drop-in pitch from Australia. Nobody understands it, how it's going to behave, and with the soggy outfield, with the damp outfield, the ball doesn't go past, go to the boundary as quick as it generally does in other parts of the country. It's not going to be an easy factor for batsmen. Especially for Pakistani batsmen. We saw Indian batsmen acclimatized to the condition. They mimicked the condition even in the net station. They try to play straight in the V, as we call it in the cricketing parlor, play in the V and make and score heavily in that particular region. Don't, as Ajay mentioned, don't play cross-batted shot, but for Pakistan it is imperative that their batsmen come to the party at especially in the first 10 overs. If that doesn't happen, it will be goner for them in this particular tournament. If you just take a close look, Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam, Usman Khan, Fakhar Zaman, the 3-4 top order player, they need to score runs, and Babar Azam as a captain, he needs to lead from the front. You mentioned the fact that their bowler, pace bowlers have done well. Well, their pace bowler hasn't done that well. You got Mohammad Amir, who got a chance to play in this particular T20 international. You have Shaheen Shah Afridi, who's considered a potent force in world cricket. Shaheen Shah Afridi went wicketless in the first match against United States. Mohammad Amir struggled in the super over. You have Naseem Shah, you have Haris Rauf, all struggled. They had a huge strike rate, economy rate that doesn't augur well for a team of a Pakistan caliber. And when you say that you have a top class bowling attack and then you struggle against a team like United States, that means that there's something wrong. Also, we got, as I was mentioning, you got reports from the media that there was some sort of a rift in the Pakistan team. That doesn't help their cause at all. So in many ways, Pakistan currently are struggling. But then one thing is that I have seen, if they are struggling, the only way to galvanize the Pakistan team is to make them play against India. And that's something they would like to make it here. They don't have a great record. In the 7 matches so far between the two sides, Pakistan has only managed to win 1 in T20 World Cup, and India will be keen to keep that same thing going.
True,
coming back to Indian spinners, you have some great Indian spinners, but unfortunately, the pacers are doing their job, and Indian spinners are not getting enough time to weave their magic. But again, it's in this particular tournament, in United States leg, the pitches are drop-in pitches, but in West Indies, one believes that Indian spinners will come in handy, because the pitches in West Indies are generally low and slow, and there you will need crafty spinners like the one we have in India, who can weave their magic and bog down the opposition, especially in the middle over. So that's something that the Indian spinners need to do after Indian pacers get the top order.
True. We are hoping that today in this crucial match, Indian pacers will do their magic. Ajay, coming to you, if you talk about the one important player in this team, Rishabh Pant. In 2022, he got a fatal accident, and the way he made a fantastic comeback in the IPL, nobody can say that he had such a massive accident in the past. So Rishabh Pant, the way he plays in the small, we can say that the way he played multiple great innings in his career. So he was not there in the ODI World Cup. So this time, the Rishabh Pant, he can make a difference for India.
Absolutely, Narayan. I think he's playing wonderfully well. And, I think, all of us are so happy to see him back in Indian colours. Just the way he batted in the warm-up game as well against Bangladesh, looking in prime form. He's looking very lean. He's looking fitter as well. He's looking hungry. And he had a good IPL. Coming back from injury, as you rightly mentioned, Narayan, is never easy. And it was, a major injury as well that he suffered, out of action for some time. But he's really worked hard. And you feel so happy that a man like Rishabh Pant is, back with the Indian side, and he can make a big difference. And also, I feel this team management and the captain Rohit Sharma, they've done a wonderful job to promote him at number 3. Because, you have Virat, Rohit Sharma at the top, then you have a left-hander coming in number 3. That makes a big difference. Because remember, there's no Jaiswal, because, of course, you have Virat and Rohit Sharma, so those season players will be opening. So coming at number 3, he can really, play those shots. And just the way he's battling those 2 matches, I'm including the Bangladesh-Burma match as well. He's looked in prime form. He looked really good. His footwork is good. He's got a good range of shots. He's got a good arc. As a left-hander, he's got the flair to get those runs. So I think, he can be a big factor in this tournament. With the X factor for India in this World Cup. So I think, just the way he carries on. And also behind the stumps, not to forget that, Narayan, because behind the stumps as well, his keeping, I felt, what I saw in the IPL, has really improved a lot. And because of the fitness that he's regained. So I think, he's looking really good and it could be a big asset for India in this World Cup.
Definitely, we know that the kind of player Rishabh Pant is, he can make a difference for India. And last time we missed by Viska. Yeah, Tapas.
Narayan, I just wanted to add something. Ajay Mehra knows Rishabh Pant as much as anyone. In fact, he's somebody who has closely followed him. I just wanted to add here that we spoke to Rohit Sharma yesterday and in the pre-season, and he spoke about the fact that when he saw Rishabh Pant playing in the IPL, he knew he is a number 3 man in the team. He said that he is a class player. He understands, but the kind of play he gets, especially for a number 3 position, that's something that he was looking for. And imagine a guy like Rohit Sharma, he said that when I saw Rishabh playing in IPL, I knew that I know in what position he will play. So you see the top 3. Rohit already mentioned that the top 3 positions are taken. The other team members have been told that they should be flexible wherever they need to be. They need to come and they need to play. But only 3 players who are have settled what you call in the batting lineup is the 2 openers, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, and then Rishabh Pant. So again, the kind of huge boost that Rohit Sharma put on Rishabh Pant's ability, not just as a wicketkeeper, but as a destructive force for the opposition team. That's something that, it's heartening to see, especially after coming back from that fatal injury.
Definitely, Tapas. We are hoping that in this tournament also Rishabh Pant will be the magic and help India to win the coveted trophy. It's been long that India hasn't won any ICC major trophy. We are hoping that tonight that India will win this match. We are hoping as a cricket fan of the Indian team. And thanks both of you gentlemen for analyzing, giving a fantastic analysis of this marquee clash between India and Pakistan. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Narayan. Thank you for those words.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So there has been unprecedented security measures at the New York's Nassau County for the mega clash. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman emphasized the county's coordinated security efforts with the federal partners, including the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security. Bruce Blakeman spoke to DD India correspondent Tapas.
Joining me is Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman to talk about the security arrangements made here. Sir, it's been amazing tournament, and USA made it. They defeated Pakistan. Added incentive, isn't it? But the security arrangements are always been a paramount for you guys.
Yes. So anytime you have a world-class event like this, you have to do a lot of preparation and planning and training, and we've done that. We've been on this for 6 months. I want to compliment the fans. The fans are exuberant. They're excited. They are very loud. They let you know which team they're rooting for, but they're very respectful and very polite. We have had no issues, 0 issues, and we're halfway through the tournament. So we couldn't be more delighted.
Right. India-Pakistan, as we mentioned, it's always a high-profile event. Is there added pressure on you guys to make sure that there are no, untoward incidents that take place?
Well, we take everything very seriously, every threat, and we anticipated this would happen because it happens at every major world sporting event, and we'll be prepared. We have a small army here, and also throughout the county on that day, I have increased the number of police officers. You will see a very, very large police presence around the stadium, in the stadium, and around the county.
How excited is the whole police force and the people of this place are? World T20, the first time a cricket World Cup happening here.
Well, this is a major sporting event. It's one of the largest sporting events in the world. And I think we're showing that Nassau County can do this. Nobody does it better than us. And I think this will be an opener not only for more cricket events, but I think other sporting events will look and see what we've been able to do in such a short period of time, and they'll want to come to Nassau County.
Much appreciated time. So that was the county executive saying that all the preparations have been made and they are absolutely ready for the big ticket event of India versus Pakistan. With campus, this is Tapush Bhattacharya for TD India from Nassau County.
So the security measures have been beefed up for this high voltage cricket classico in New York. So that's all in this broadcast, Cricket Carnival on DD India. We hope you enjoyed it as both the sides gear up for what could be a tournament defining match of this ICC T20 World Cup. Cricket fans worldwide eagerly anticipate a thrilling encounter between these arch rivals. So keep cheering for your favorite teams and players. Namaskar.